The Rally of Spain was the final round of the 2012 FIA WRC Academy. Alongside Elfyn Evans, who'd already provisionally won the Academy title, was a new co-driver, Seb Marshall. Phil Pugh, who'd accompanied Elfyn for much of the year, had already decided that he wanted to spend less time away from his family and business, and so Spain would be Seb's second rally with Elfyn. The pair had retired from the Condros rally in Belgium the previous weekend, and so were still getting to know each other. The Academy test stage offered valuable seat time, while back at the service park in Salou, there was a chance to practice working together outside the car to change a puncture. Despite the fact that they only had to start the rally for Elfyn to make sure of the title, Seb was well aware that Phil Pugh was going to be a tough act to follow.
We've worked before the event on sort of a handover, as you were, in terms of how Elfyn likes to work, his pace note system, and just general bits and pieces like that. So I'm feeling, confident that we've put a good plan in place and can have a good rally.
Spain is the season's only mixed surface rally, and day one's 6 stages would be run over a mixture of gravel and asphalt. High in the mountains, heavy rain awaited the crews, and that meant the stages would be more about mud than gravel. For Elfyn and Seb, the first morning would see them put those wheel-changing skills into practice.
Keep left of a 150. Latage open, 4 right, narrow. 80 kink, unseen 6 right.
Puncture, we're going to have to stop.
10 k's to go. And open.
No, we're going to have to stop, Seb, otherwise it's going to make too much damage.
Okay, open, 4 left, very late, 4 right, sharp in. Yep.
That puncture on stage 3 cost the pair around 2.5 minutes, and by the time the cars returned to Salou for the lunchtime service halt, Elfyn and Seb were in 5th place on the Academy leaderboard. Damage caused by the puncture also had to be repaired, but the work took longer than expected, and checking out of service 4 minutes late meant they picked up a 40-second penalty. Their luck finally changed in the afternoon. They set the second fastest time on stage 4 and then went quickest on stage 5. It was also the turn of some of their rivals to have problems, and so Elfyn and Seb would be in 3rd place by the time the crews tackled the day's final stage, a 2-kilometre thrash around the seafront in Salou.
40. Tight hairpin right, don't cut. And 4 left. And twist, 4 left sharp, and 7 right, keep in.
3rd place is where they'd end day 1, as their mechanics prepared to change the Fiesta from gravel to asphalt specification.
It took a little bit of a time for us to bed into each other, me and Seb. And then on the 3rd stage we unfortunately had a puncture, which we had to stop and change. So at that point we were quite a bit behind. We had a service midday and had a bit of a rethink, and after that things have gone better. We had a second fastest time and a fastest time, so things are getting better.
Yeah, it's all going well so far. Obviously it's provided a great opportunity, this rally, to have both gravel and tarmac together. So, the gravel today has been great in terms of gelling with the notes and getting the rhythm together. So hopefully more of the same tomorrow on the tarmac.
Day 2, the season's final day, would see 6 all asphalt stages, and happily the sun was now shining once again. More torrential rain overnight, however, meant that spectators who'd camped out on the stages had woken to find they had a few problems. Not that that seemed to have dampened their spirits. Elfyn and Seb arrived at the first of those 6 stages in confident mood. They might have been around 46 seconds away from taking 2nd place, but the crew in 4th place were nearly 3.5 minutes adrift. Little did they know, however, that Lady Luck hadn't quite finished with them just yet.
50. Slot, open 4 right long, tightens keep in.
Sure, they're going to puncture the way.
13 k's to go.
We're going to have to stop, Seb.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Another 2 minutes or so were lost thanks to the puncture, but this time they also had to let another car past.
When it's safe.
Into 4 left plus, don't cut. Keep right over 100. Flat left at 60.
They were still in third place though, and so were confident that they could finish their first Academy round together on the podium. The final afternoon saw a repeat of the morning's loop of 3 stages. By now the pair were growing in confidence, and their stage times reflected that fact. Fastest on stage 10, they were then equal quickest on stage 11, and finally second fastest by just 0.6 of a second on the rally's final test. Those 2 punctures and the 40-second time penalty had cost Elfyn any chance of taking an incredible 5th successive victory, but the Academy title was already his, and so finishing on the podium was the icing on the cake.
Opens long, 80. 3 right minus, don't cut, 250. Well done.
Well done, Seb.
Thank you.
We had a difficult start. We had another puncture early on in stage 1 and we had to stop and change it. So straight away then we were not in a position to challenge for the second place, unfortunately. So we then concentrated on trying to get the best out of ourselves and develop the relationship between me and Seb even further. I think we managed that. Things got better throughout the afternoon and 2 fastest times, so there's something at least we can take from the day.
It's been a huge, hugely challenging event for both driver and co-driver normally, so for this to be the first event as a new partnership, it's very tricky, but we've come through it well. It's great to get the experience of the stages and compete on such a difficult event, and hopefully would stand us in good stead for the future.
It's been a difficult and rather frustrating rally at times, but glad to be here at the end, and third not a bad way to round the year off.
With 4 rally victories and 23 stage wins, Elfyn Evans is a worthy winner of the 2012 WRC Academy.